Okay, is it going?
Yeah.
All right, here we are. So this is my new awesome kick-ass pressure cooker, which is all non-toxic and all very good. So into here, what we did, this is so that Kathy can also remember, we used some coconut oil because I'm vegan and we don't use ghee. And when that was hot, we have a selection of spices here for tonight's dinner. We have myriad of spices in the thing here, but we're using just these ones tonight. We have cumin seeds and ground cumin and yellow mustard seeds and some fennel seeds and some hing asafoetida powder, some turmeric, some ginger powder, some garam masala, some fresh lemon, some freshly chopped basil mint, and salt is there, and some freshly ground black pepper. So what we did is we added in the seedy things, the whole mustard seeds and cumin seed and whatnot, and when they start to just smell slightly, we added in the powdered stuff. There's enough for say 4 adults and 1 baby tonight, so we added in maybe about 1.5 teaspoons of cumin seeds, a teaspoon of ground cumin, a teaspoon and a half of yellow mustard seeds, about a teaspoon or a bit less of fennel seeds, about a teaspoon of garam masala, a bit of hing, like not much, about say that much on your spoon, not too much hing. So hing is something and replaces garlic and onion, the flavours of garlic and onion. About a teaspoon of turmeric and a bit less, ginger and a bit less of turmeric. And a few pinches of salt, as much salt as you want to have, and some pepper, and then we use it in here until it starts to dance around and make a nice smell, and that which Kathy already smelled before. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to put in is our vegetables that we have chopped here. We have all locally grown and whatnot. Eggplant, zucchini, kale and tomato. And over here we have that have been soaking, I'm going to drain them, for quite some time. Having black turtle peas in our dinner tonight. So now what I'm going to do is get a little bowl. Oh, hang on, this will do. Oops, Daisy. Kathy's really trying hard not to make any noise. Look, really do. We're living in the bush around here, right? And these are the same clothes I wear pretty much every single day. And yeah, it's all very basic but very good. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm using this to transport stuff. So I put in the old tomato can go in first. We'll get that heat going again a bit more. There we go, and then we're gonna look at Honeybee's dinner. Oh, look, she's doing downward dog while we cook dinner. She's doing downward dog while we cook dinner. She's a funny girl. Okay, and then we're going to put in all of the bigger vegetables. Let me get that going a bit more. I hope that battery doesn't run out. That's good. So we want to give this a good stir. Do you want to come and watch in here? Watch inside. You're so funny trying to be so calm. This is your crazy idea for starters. So what we're doing is we're just giving everything a nice coat, and we're getting the flavours through with the heat, and we're softening things up. Okay, and that flame, because we're not using the wood-fired oven because it's not actually cold enough, but the fire is on actually a little bit. We're just using our summer cooking, which is on gas at the moment. We will build a rocket-fired stove. Okay, so that's all very good. And now we're going to add in our beans. So I would say a handful per adult, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a few for Honey. Hey, let go. She's grabbing on. She's grabbing onto my legs. Listen. It's very difficult. Look at her. She's grabbing on. Off you go, Honeybee. Honey, what are you doing? Important things here. Okay, so we're getting all of that nice flavour through. Now we're going to put in our lemon. I'd say, you know, see how much that is. About that much. That can go straight into the compost. Right, now...
And what's the lemon for?
Just for flavour and balance. So it's really good for foods to have a little bit of vinegar, or something like that. Vinegar or apple cider vinegar or a bit of lemon juice. This is just fresh kale from the garden. And this mess up later, of course. So we're getting it all, and we want it to get, see how it's all mixing through, and it's getting all, just getting all those oils and whatnot through, and softening things and getting the flavour through. And then what I do at this point is I just take a little bit. Yep.
Yum.
That tastes pretty good, I reckon. You could use a little bit more hot, so I'm going to get some of this, a little bit of this long pepper from Kate, and just put a little bit of that in there. So it needs a little bit of extra hot. That'll make it nice and hot. Just a little bit. We don't really actually cook with chilies, really, and we don't really use garlic or onions. Not Sutwick, you see, not going to help us to have a balanced system, balanced, healthy system. Okay, looking good. Okay, that's all I think. Let's have a double check now that we put everything in. Oh no, see, this is why you're going to have a double check. We've got our lovely freshly chopped basil mint. So we want to add that in. Now that that's all mixed and good. Now, I get our lovely copper jug that we drink all of our water out of, soaked in a copper jug with a yantra in it. We'll take the lid off because it's a bit dodgy. Now, just need to see, I'm not sure about the water thing because I haven't had this pressure cooker for very long, like maybe only about a week or something. So I'm still understanding how much water we need, like for the beans and that. I think that should be right, maybe a tiny bit more water. Oh, better get the other copper jug now with a lizard on it. 2 copper jugs and 1, look at you, copper water bottle. Woo. Yes, so I can still drink my copper water with Agni Hot Trash away from Nalapakana. We don't want to go away from Nalapakana too often though. That's a surefire way to get yourself in a mess. You want to know how to get yourself in a mess? Just stay out there all day long. Yeah, just leave the Agni Hot biosphere. Have to actually wear non-stained clothes. Look, Lord Ganesh doesn't care. Okay, so now this is just locking on. We're putting it up to the highest pressure. We'll leave the heat up for a bit, just till it starts to get the heat up and starts to really cook. Then I'll turn the heat down, leave it on the highest pressure, and it'll cook away. This is the beauty of this pressure cooker that I'm finding. It cooks really, really, really fast, all my soaked things. So instead of having to spend like half an hour or more, an hour or 2 hours and all this gas and trouble, it'll just cook really fast. And then once it's all cooking really nicely, I'll just turn the heat down a bit, and then after, when I think it's kind of ready, which is just an intuitive thing, I'll just turn it down to 1, it'll let some steam out, and then I'll turn it down to 0, it'll let the rest of the steam out, I'll take the lid off, it's cooked. So that's that. Now we're going to have a bit of a quick clean up, and I'm going to make the chapati.